Xalo White asks, are there any particular materials you've had a bad experience working with and are hesitant to use again? I recently broke a glass cup while washing it. It cut my hand, and I'm extremely cautious around glass. And a recent viewing of Final Destination around my accident didn't help. I love the Final Destination films. They are so much fun. Yes. I love to point out that I think one of the most dangerous tools in the shop is the one that appears to be quite safe, which is the bandsaw. It appears to many people to be quite safe because it doesn't make a kind of whee noise like a lot of other saws do. It's more like a stately, and you go up to it and the blade's moving at a visible speed. It doesn't look like it can do much harm until you remember that they were invented for cutting meat, and you are meat. And one of the worst accidents I had in the shop was a 14-stitch doozy that was like a big flap here, like this, and it cuts into my finger like this because I was pushing something in Jamie's bandsaw, and the blade was dull, and I was impatient, so I was pushing real hard, and when it broke through in the end, I basically jammed my hand into a running bandsaw blade, and I immediately went... So after an injury, there's always this moment at which you are assessing how bad is it, but really what you're assessing is how much is this going to change the rest of my day? I don't want to leave work. I want to keep doing this thing that I'm doing. I'm usually pissed that an injury takes me away from the task that I'm doing. I once got another set of stitches grinding, and I ground into the steel V, and the angle grinder caught and whipped around and just like smacked open my hand here. And I was looking at it when my friend Hunter McCann came around from another room, and he was like, how bad is it? And I'm like, how could you tell I was injured? And he goes, well, I heard the grinder bite, and then I heard the pause that could only be the inspection of the wound. Which is totally true. So one more story about this injury. At that point, Mythbusters had a medical clinic we went to for minor injuries. And so I basically, the moment I did this, I was like, gotta go to the hospital, right? There's no question of this one. Just take me to the hospital right away. I get some, saline, and I irrigate it, and I get a roll of toilet paper on there. I'm holding it above my heart, and I get in the car. Now I want to call my wife and let her know what's going on. And I say, hey, baby, it's me. Listen, I'm really sorry. I cut my hand really bad. It's going to take stitches. I'm on my way to the clinic, and I can't see right now, so I assume that I'm going into shock, but I'm just going to keep on talking to you until I can see again. And I couldn't hear her, and I just monologued, and then I slowly started to hear her, and then light started to come back, and I started to see. Yeah. But you wanted to know about something I had. So that is a bad experience. And I recently obtained a brand new bandsaw, a Laguna, which has a variable speed, which is amazing because I can cut all this nylon that I'm saddled with. And I also I can use this for resawing. That is like a 1.5 millimeter thick piece of wood that I cut on that bandsaw. And I've been having real fun tuning it. This is just the edge of a piece of pine 4x4. I've been having a lot of fun tuning it, but the resaw blade is a Final Destination bit of nightmare fuel. Because here it is. It is, what is the TPI here? Sorry, my arm is really sore because I got a vaccine yesterday. It is 2.7 teeth per inch. It's not even 3 TPI, it's 2.7. And each one of these little shark teeth has a carbide tip brazed onto it. So this thing is a beautiful blade. It cuts these very fine veneers all day long. But I am so terrified of this thing. I have all these pushers over by the bandsaw, so my hands can't get anywhere near. Because this is not a like touch it and get a little cut. This is touch it and get another story to tell people that you probably shouldn't tell. Like you'll be at the party and your wife is like, oh, sweetie, no one wants to hear about that. Ask me how I know. I would love to hear about materials that you don't like working with. Oh, gimmebuilds, you spotted it. This is hilarious. Gimmebuilds says, I've noticed 3D printed parts for an OG alien flashlight. Oh my God. Okay, hold on just a sec. Wait right there. It is, yeah, here we go. So you are right. This is some parts for an OG alien flashlight drawn by a young, excellent artist named Ann Pauley. She and I met at some event at this point now, like 3.5 years ago. And sometimes my commissions take the long, slow burn. And I think it's been me who has not been properly, granularly responding to Anne and her work. But this is our first pass. This is one of the flashlights visible in the background of Alien. This will be a build once I get it working. It's just we want to refine the files another couple of passes and then build the other flashlights. I love it that people spot that stuff in the background. Yeah. I mean, we would often say things on Mythbusters like, leave it for the train spotters. They'll enjoy spotting this and ferreting it out. Sunshyn, sorry, says they've been a maker for quite some time now, and they never knew it until tested, but I conveyed that they are indeed a maker. You are a maker. I love that. And they're recently obsessed with using magnets in builds. Do you have a favorite build or cool solution for a build using magnets? You know, ooh, I was going to reach for it with this arm, but I sent a signal to this arm to move, and the arm was like, nope. We're off duty today, boss. I was like, get over there, get that phone. I was like, nah, we're fine here. What was the question? Hold on.
Magnets.
What's that? Magnets. We got to do a couple of James Bond myths with magnets the size of hockey pucks, and Jamie loved the magnets. Oh my God, he loved the magnets so much. I gotta say, Jamie was not the serial enthusiast I am, where each new thing I encounter, I'm gonna tell everyone about it, and I'm super excited about it. But when he was excited about a thing, whether it be the pop gun or the ornithopter bird powered by rope, or specifically giant hockey puck sized magnets, oh my God, he was just so thrilled. And these are magnets that are so powerful, just having them in a room is dangerous, because they get anywhere close enough and they will accelerate until they shatter. And if you are in any way, shape, or form in the middle of that, parts of you will be shattered. We wanted to find out just how extreme a magnetic bend to a bullet could be. And so I machined a steel bullet, which we fired like less than a centimeter above a bunch of hockey puck sized magnets. And we had something like 6 or 8 of them lined up on a giant piece of steel. And in order to line these up, Jamie would take a big piece of like 6-inch wide strap steel and bring it over to the file cabinet the magnet was stuck to, and transfer the magnet to the thicker piece of steel. It gives more saturation, so it pulls it off the file cabinet, and then bring it over, and like everyone's getting out of his way. Oh, I'm coming over. I mean, just like terrifying. And when something's that scary to move around, you are delighted to have someone who is interested, willing, and eager to do all the moving. You could tell that it pleased Jamie's brain to manipulate these magnets, given how dangerous they were. Right? Like it was a unique challenge for him. Magnets are great. The latest magnet thing I'm obsessed with are the, oh my God, I can never remember their name. The magnet connectors that you can buy on Amazon with like the pins that retract, like little little brass pins that retract, but 2 magnets bring this together. And they've got like 2 connectors and 3 and 4 and 10 and 12 and 20 connector magnet connectors. Those are really awesome. I dig those. And the VFX guys are friends that make a lot of spacesuits for the movies. Many of their spacesuit helmets have multi-connector magnet connectors in them, so they can transfer all the data that they need from the lighting system in the removable parts. I'm gonna take 1 or 2 more. Oh, Brian Baker. Horrifying story, Brian. Back in the 1970s, when I was a kid, my Uncle George had a workshop and said he thought the most dangerous tool there was the bandsaw. I was there once when the blade broke and spun around the room doing what George called the dance of the 7 veils. Instead of taking your clothes off, though, it takes your flesh. What is the most dangerous tool in your cave? The lathe. My engine lathe. That is a giant multi-horsepower motor running on 220 volt three-phase power. It's ludicrously powerful, and it does not care one whit that I am made of flesh. I know there are horrifying lathe accidents on YouTube. I will never go watch that stuff. I can't watch people getting hurt. It's not my jam at all. Thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you about Tested membership. The Tested members are a key community that we find really, really remarkable. That's very separate from Tested and from YouTube. The Tested members, they buy each other memberships during our live streams. So if you're wondering whether to become a member, watch one of our live streams and someone may just give you one. It is hard to overestimate how much the Tested members actually make possible on this channel. They give us a lot of wiggle room. They give us a huge amount of feedback.
That's a member right now.
Thank you so much for enjoying your membership. Link in the description for everything you need to know. And for all the members out there, thank you, thank you, thank you.